it's too late to say that you are sorry. After you broken my heart. When I needed you to satisfy my soul. You turn your back and said, it is increasingly becoming clear the judiciary and the executive are seemingly colluding to weaken Parliament.
Many Ghanaians believe that the solutions to our financial, health, and societal problems lie not in the application of mental resources, nor hard work, nor innovation, but in prayer and divine intervention. While faith is an integral part of our culture, it becomes problematic when it discourages critical thinking, personal responsibility, and accountability.
And that was Speaker of Parliament Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin speaking at the press conference in Accra today. He insists Parliament is independent and expressed his readiness to enforce separation of powers. Welcome to the news in brief on Graphic Online, where we will bring you more from the Speaker's press briefing. Let's go back to Parliament, where Speaker Alban Bagbin today addressed a press conference and touched on the impasse following the declaration of 4 seat vacants in what the Speaker explained as his information to the House. Mr. Alban said he only communicated an information to the House.
On any matter or thing brought by a member in or before Parliament by petition, bill, motion, or otherwise. And I want to quote the 2 articles to you. Article 115. There shall be freedom of speech, debate, and proceedings in Parliament. And that freedom shall not be impeached or questioned in any court or place out of Parliament. Article 116. Subject to the provisions of this article, but without prejudice to the general effect of Article 115 of this Constitution, civil or criminal proceedings shall not be initiated against a member of Parliament in any court or place out of Parliament for any matter or thing brought by him in or before Parliament by petition, bill, motion, or otherwise. This means happenings in Parliament must remain in Parliament. So the court must and has always been hesitant to interfere in the proceedings and decisions of Parliament. In the celebrated case of Tufor versus the Attorney General, the Supreme Court affirmed that happenings in Parliament are a closed book.
Speaking on the anti-LGBT bill, which is a subject of a case pending before the Supreme Court, Mr. Alban said he has directed the Clerk to Parliament to resubmit it to the presidency for assent.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Parliament of Ghana shall commence sitting as by law prescribed from tomorrow, November 7th, 2024. I have earlier instructed the Clerk to Parliament to transmit the LGBTQ plus bill to the President for assent. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, I'm aware of the business the government wants to transact through Parliament, and I'm willing to cooperate and collaborate with government.
Mr. Alban expressed an opinion on what he says is an attempt by the executive and the judiciary to collude and suppress the power of Parliament.
Ladies and gentlemen, recent acts of the judiciary and executive, and I see them as interference in the workings of Parliament, pose a direct challenge to the essence, jurisdiction, authority, powers, and functioning of the esteemed institution of Parliament, which is the repository of the sovereign will of the people of Ghana. It is increasingly becoming clear the judiciary and the executive are seemingly colluding to weaken Parliament.
After his main address, there were a series of questions, and these were some of his answers.
Question about the sinning of the president and the judiciary. Please go through the constitution or the laws of Ghana. There is nowhere where the president can refuse to receive a bill passed by Parliament. In fact, the crafters of the Constitution are so careful that they even took away veto power from the president. So in Ghana, our president cannot veto a bill passed by Parliament. It's clear in the Constitution. Please, we are doing this for Ghana and not for only today's generation, for generations yet unborn. We are building a durable, sustainable governance structure that gives certainty to everybody. That is the rule of law.
Away from Parliament, Sir Sam Jonah spoke at the Graphic National Development Series on reforming education now, and he was emphatic that Ghana's challenges were not solely about prayers. Let's watch some of the things he said at the event.
I will start off by applauding the Graphic for their courage in inviting me. For reasons which I cannot understand, invitations to speak have dried up. So I was looking forward for an opportunity for my lost voice to be heard. Ladies and gentlemen, we gather here today at a defining moment in our nation's history to share some thoughts on the topic, how Ghana can successfully educate our population for the attainment of desired cultural values, peace, and collective prosperity. This topic resonates deeply with me, as it should with every Ghanaian everywhere. Indeed, it speaks to the heart of what makes us who we are, our identity, our heritage, and our collective aspirations. The promise, the euphoria that characterized our independence some 60 years ago has to a large extent not been fulfilled. Ghana, our homeland, stands at a crossroad. We are confronted with issues that go to the heart of our challenges: steep economic decline, corruption, environmental degradation, particularly from illegal mining, and the erosion of patriotism. Amidst all of these, we live in an emerging culture that prioritizes personal gain over collective well-being. The mindset of dependency is pervasive. Many Ghanaians believe that the solutions to our financial, health, and societal problems lie not in the application of mental resources, nor hard work, nor innovation, but in prayer and divine intervention. While faith is an integral part of our culture, it becomes problematic when it discourages critical thinking, personal responsibility, and accountability. Let me say, no serious observer can deny that a large number of our people believe that an effective way of solving our financial, health, and other societal problems is not by thinking and working, but by appealing to the Almighty. Where else would the notion be taken seriously that a strong economy food security, or the eradication of preventable disease can somehow be achieved not by the use of our brains, but by praying to God and casting and binding demons.
The renowned educationist Professor Adei also shared some thoughts at the event.
Listen about the AI. Listen, I would like the young people to use AI. We can't go back. It is a question, it's unfortunate that oftentimes the teachers, the students are smarter than the teachers. That's where the real trouble is. Let them use AI. But ask a question in such a way. I have been spending a lot of time on AI because I'm having from primary to senior secondary school and the university students. And if I don't get up to speed on AI, and one day I gave a certain question to AI, do you know what the reply? He says, I'm only a machine. Then I said, yeah, I'm beating you. For your information, there is a national committee, not national, appointed by the government, which I happen to be individuals working on what we call the moral vision for Ghana, and to be outdoored. We didn't want, it was time to adore it, but we want to do it after the political season. At the moment, nothing matters. What is needed, and those who are older say, during the Champions Days, briefly, there were certain things that defines a Ghanaian. And it was on billboards and everything else. We must have a moral vision, but it must be such that what really, at this moment, as you said, what defines a Ghanaian is how much money he has, whether stolen or not. Issues of integrity, honesty, and other things are not even in the agenda. And we need a distilled redefinition of the Ghanaian and propagate it and be taught in the schools, and then challenge the politicians with it, because we must bail the cat.
And internationally, former U.S. President Donald declaring victory in the U.S. election had this words to say.
But it's a political victory that our country has never seen before, nothing like this. I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president. It is a magnificent victory for the American people that will allow us to make America great again.
Thank you for watching. For more news, please visit our website, graphic.com.gh, and follow us on social media. Our handles are Daily Graphic Ghana on Facebook and Instagram, Graphic Online Ghana on TikTok, and Graphic GH on YouTube and X. My name is Arabna Korba.